But then there'd be days when you'd like, you know, like John Tomac would walk in and Troy would be like, "Hey, do you know who this is?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's John Tomac." You know what I mean? It's brilliant.
So but just to unwind a little bit, because I'd really like to know. So the job that you went for, what actually was it?
Well, it was bicycle. I mean, my title was kind of bicycle design director. So, but literally kind of taking stock of what we had and going, right, actually we need some, you know, proper stretch, like shorts. We need some tops. I did all the sprint gear, which was like sort of in between, because obviously motocross pants, they've got big patches of leather and stuff, right? So you don't get burnt. So you don't need any of that stuff on a bike. So suddenly it was about taking those, looking at the materials, you know, getting some stretch and lightweight stuff into that. And then working with guys like Mike Redding and the guys that actually design the helmets. So, you know, like, it was wicked. Like, when we did the A1 helmet, the original sort of trail helmet, Troy gave the guys ages to do that helmet. Like, in a lot of companies, you wouldn't have that amount of time, but you just wanted it to be right. Okay. And that's what's really cool about, and we try and do that in our design as well. Yeah. And, you know, I was sort of, he just kind of led that charge a bit. And again, with the D3, you know, that took it way beyond what full faces were at the time. Yeah, I think, you know, made it a lot more stronger, more motocross. Because, you know, he'd say stuff like, well, you know, you're way more likely to hit a tree riding a mountain bike, you know, at 40, 50 mile an hour than you are hitting something on a motocross bike.
I love thinking back like this, because I think I was in a similar industry as well myself. So I was at One Industries, which was quite a competitor to Troy Lee at the time. And it was like interesting watching them go through the same thing. It was like starting to introduce bike and getting away from the athletes that they sponsored just wearing moto kit. And also when you were at Troy Lee, I think I was in America. So that's pretty cool. So I'd come and check out do tours around.
Come see what we're doing.
I worked at, I wasn't at One then. I wasn't at One. It's before. So I used to work at a place called MX Heaven, which is like a motocross holiday destination. So we used to do tours to Troy Lee and show people around.
We would probably like literally walk past each other in the reception or whatever.
So it's interesting. And thinking back, you know, to even when Troy Lee launched like the first moto helmet that they did, was just, I mean, that's way before then even. That's probably 04, something like that. And just how ahead of its time it was.
Totally.
And like how fucking sick it was. Yeah. Like everyone wanted that helmet. It was so cool.
Even like, you know, those certain people like just will be ahead of stuff. Right? And I was, you know, I was probably more in the camp of what the fuck is this? When the e-bike revolution sort of started, Troy was early doors. Like, it was almost more like a cross-country sort of trail bike, you know, specialized. And I was definitely in the camp of, come on. And he was like, well, you know, people used to think gears were cheating, you know what I mean? Like, and like, fast forward to where we are now, that was good, you know, it was probably good 14, 15 years ago.
Yeah, you can just zoom out if you've been in it for that long. Exactly. You can just see it a bit more, I guess.
No,
I'm not saying I can.
You totally can. So I think and we try and take that with sort of HipLok and what we do as well. It's not like it's thinking about solving a problem as to where it's really at versus kind of what can be done and what can't be done. Like, you know, all of our anti-angle grinder stuff with our locks. That was a massive issue, right? You got kids running around with these battery-operated angle grinders, and everybody else. It was a bit of a sort of a no-go area because everybody knew that they could cut through. You know? But we had the opportunity to kind of step it on a bit from a security point of view and take a bit of a risk as well, because that was a whole new genre. Yeah. And obviously it's more expensive to make, so you've got to charge the customer more. But a bit like a D3 or something, if you can see how much better it is, people get it. You know, and we're willing to pay for something that's that much better. I think it's when, you know, stuff is basically much of a muchness, and it's, you know, that's when they're kind of like, why am I paying more for this? Yeah.
So you said at the start you were driven by having a brand. Yeah. But there must have been a moment at your desk in Troy Lee that you thought, you must have had a product in mind.
Yeah. Well, basically, John, like what became HipLok, the original wearable lock was John John had a little baby boy.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey man, what an episode that was. You did amazing in it.
And so did you.
You shone like a star.
You shone like a moon.
Can we also put something up here that you can click on for the next episode?
How about we put a subscribe up there in the middle?
Yeah,
we're going to put a video we think that our lovely companionship will love on your face.
On my face?
Yeah.
So
and
they
on
can't see me now?
Gone. And on my face, another video that we think people will love. And thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Please hit like and subscribe. You guys are the best.
Peace and love.